Hey, what's up, guys? This is Gabriel Lemaine here at PAX East 2016. Yeah, right. And I'm here with
Mike
and
Tanya Short from KitFox Games.
So you guys here have a game called MoonHunters, Build Your Mythology. Can you tell me a little bit about the core philosophy of MoonHunters?
Sure, it's a 1 to 4 player personality test RPG. So over the course of an hour, you'll have a randomly generated world. You have to make your decisions, and the game will tell you what kind of a hero you are.
Can you tell me a little about your part in the project?
Absolutely, I'm the designer and captain of KitFox Games.
Yeah, it seems like pretty much given how many choices people have, like you have it really stuckly focused behind having a lot of hubs where you have choices and then you have move on to the next step.
Yeah.
The interesting thing I like is that you have pretty much whereas many RPGs had to have like two systems. We have in town where I walk to people, talk to them, and they either give me things to do for my main quest or things for me to fetch them. But here you have three things. You have town, you have the places where you fight, and there's also the camp. And very often, pretty much like in other Japanese style RPGs, the camp is pretty much where the characters will talk with each other. But here we have choices of how they want to spend their time when they're resting. So tell me a little bit about that choice with the camp.
Yeah, so we tried to kind of combine the excitement of adventure, like leveling up and building your stats, with a more flavorful dialogue-driven system. So you might have visitors to the camp, that you have choices to make, you have decisions, and so it's sort of in between the two, fighting and story.
Can you tell me a little bit about your part in the project?
Sure. So I'm the artist and animator and also help out with community management at times. I've been on board for the development of MoonHunters. Yeah.
Yeah, like I really like the character design and they look really esoteric. Like Sargon in particular, he looks like someone reminiscent of Ashura's Wrath, where you have like pretty much large circular stuff. Yeah, giant wheel just right behind him. That's yeah.
Yeah. So Sin, who's the other artist on the team and the art director, he did a lot of research. He did a lot of studies of different cultures, of different garb and getup for past and old and ancient times. So we kind of pieced it together and made something that looks kind of fresh but kind of cool. You know, it's based on other things, but it's in something entirely its own, something that belongs only to MoonHunters.
Yeah, one thing that I noticed is that you have a lot of inspiration. Well, not inspiration. These guys are literally named after ancient heroes and conquerors.
Yeah.
Enkidu, the best bro of Gilgamesh.
Yep.
You have Sargon, who I only really know as a Mesopotamian king. You have that third one, which I don't really recognize at all, actually.
The bad guy is Marduk, who back in ancient Assyria was actually remembered as a god, but that's reflected in the plot of the game. So it's inspired very directly by the Epic of Gilgamesh.
But the other two female heroes that you have, like
so Kubele is actually an old name for Cybele, one of the fertility goddesses, and Enheduanna is basically the first recorded poet of humanity. She was a priestess and a queen who composed the first known poetry.
Yeah, that name was totally unfamiliar to me, and like I really love my mythology. What culture is he of? Is he Mesopotamian, kind of?
Yeah, so everything is inspired by ancient Mesopotamia, and specifically we tried to focus on ancient Assyria, but there's some inspirations from other mythologies as well. You'll see a few Norse references, a few Greek references, but it's primarily Mesopotamian.
Yeah, that's kind of one thing that I kind of like about this is that like many other games will usually crib from a lot more popular mythologies, and it's usually like the main big Norse or Egyptian.
Yep.
And I'm gonna take the opportunity here to bitch about a comic.
Okay.
Have you guys read a comic God is Dead?
No.
It's a comic where pretty much all the ancient mythology gods, they come back and they kill and pretty much they kill people and they kind of cut up the world.
Cool.
And I really liked it up until like they introduced like all the other secondary like the Aztec guys and stuff, and like the thing is that in that story, those guys pretty much get bitched out by the popular Zeus and all those guys again. So it's like
haven't they suffered enough?
Yeah,
Isn't
more or
Greek
less.
and Roman mythology like dominant enough?
Yeah, like I kind of wanted to see something different, and like in this, I like seeing that people taking that opportunity with those guys. Are we gonna see like Tiamat and Baal? I know Baal gets a good bad rap.
It's true.
Like in the Bible, but
Yeah, Baal. I mean, he has so many names. We're actually looking. So we're gonna keep updating the game. We're gonna keep adding in new DLC, new content. It came out on Steam last month, so you can buy the game on Steam right now. But we want to keep making it better, and one of the things we're looking at is expanding it to include more Mesopotamian myths.
Yeah, another thing is that like one of the things I really like about this game that has a really nice, clear, clean UI that accommodates multiple players, so that when other people play and they want to look through their stats or their skills, it doesn't really, okay, we're going to stop playing, I'm going to make my choices, and then we're going to go do something.
Yeah.
So this keeps gameplay a lot more active.
You're the first person to say that, and we worked so hard. We changed it again and again, so thank you very much.
Yeah, that's one thing that's really that I really love and hate about games of this type, that you have with multiplayer RPGs where, okay, I got my shit, now I want to quit my shit. Okay, stop.
Yep.
Like Tales of Vesperia, where you can play multiplayer with all your friends, but if you want to min-max yourself or make a choice, everyone has to stop, and it makes playing as a team harder.
Yeah.
Whereas this one, it's really arcadey, and also with this pretty short runtime, you're able to make a lot of choices and not have it bog down the process.
That's the goal.
Speaking of the process, how long have you guys been developing this game for?
It's been over 2 years now that we've been developing it. We started on the Square Enix Collective. We launched in January 2014 on the Square Enix Collective, so it's been a while.
This reminds me of another Moon game with multiple people. Wait, Moondiver, yeah.
Moondiver, I don't know it.
It's pretty much a four-player game that was more on the action side, side-scrolling, and it was out for earlier.
Cool.
Yeah. But like, I'm really enjoying what you guys have.
Thank you very much.
Where can people find your game?
You can find it on Steam, Humble, itch.io, GOG.com, and it's coming to PS4 this summer.
Any other consoles?
We don't know yet.
All right. Thanks very much for talking with me, guys.
Hey, no problem. Thank you.
This is Z-Slash here at PAX 2016, signing out.